All right, guys, and we are live, bro. Welcome back to another late night stream. Sorry that it had to be out at this time. I just literally finished work around 10 o'clock, but a few massive gems have been dropped this afternoon from Fabrizio Romano, from Indicalia, and from Ross Harwood regarding to Carlos Baleba, Alexander Isak. And of course Jadon Sancho too, right? So I don't want to keep you guys waiting for too long because it's literally late and I've got a lot of things to do. So this came out from Ben Jacobs, right? By the way, and it says verbal club to club talks have started between Manchester United and Brighton for Carlos Baleba will continue. Brighton CEO Paul Barber will be key in basically in a key person in the deal who's now had some engagement with Manchester United. And then we do continue once again because there was multiple stories dropped on this by different reporters, by the way, credible reporters. So this one, right, comes from a reporter from Cameroon. Apparently this guy actually confirmed the news when Carlos Baleba signed for Brighton. So he's the one that dropped the news first, right? When Carlos Baleba signed for Brighton from Lille, right? And it states Manchester United and Brighton have agreed on Carlos Baleba's transfer. The Cameroonian is expected to sign with Manchester United soon for 112 million euros, man. 112 million euros. So that's roughly, I think, around 96 million pounds. Again, the news drops from man like Indy Cali, and it says Carlos Baleba has been told not to say anything about his future to the media while negotiations are taking place between Manchester United and Brighton and Hove Albion. And another final report, right, that came out from Russell Wood, well known for reporting on Manchester United news, well known as well for being very accurate. Like in my opinion, he was accurate with the Ben Sesko stuff. He was accurate with the Brandon Bremo thing when there was apparently leaks about Tottenham coming in to of course poach Brandon Bremo from Manchester United. He is literally saying like, guys, he is 100% a Manchester United player. Do not worry about this. He's only choosing Manchester United from the people that are close to him. So he's basically come out and said, all I shall say is the same source broke Baleba to Brian ahead of time 2 years ago, bro. So once again, bro, like it's crazy. It's crazy. And it's all kind of it's sliding now, right? That Manchester United are gonna be getting the midfielder that we need. And the again, like the midfielder that Manchester United fans have been speaking about all summer. All summer we've been speaking about Carlos Baleba being the perfect midfielder, right? And I was writing notes on this kid because I was of course looking at the tactical analysis to what he can benefit for Manchester United. This guy, right, he's had 200 last season in the 24-25 season. He had 200 ball carries. 200 ball carries. I think the only person that was in front of him, it was Andy Dew from RC Lens. I think the other guy was Jude Bellingham. In all midfielders, guys, that's crazy. That is crazy. And this is what I mean, right, about a midfielder that needs to ball carry from Manchester United. Because when you look at Carlos Baleba on the ball, right, when he's running through the midfield, the guy is quick and strong. Like it would take about two players, right, just to stop him. And also, speaking of like in midfield, he's got 55% like a win rate in duels, ground duels, man. 55% in ground duels for an under 21 year old, no, for somebody that's under 23. This is literally what Manchester United fans were speaking about again throughout also because he just suits that Ruben Amorim system, and Amorim prefers a midfielder like Carlos Baleba, an athletic midfielder, a midfielder again who's tidy with the feet, can battle. You get what I mean? Can drive with the ball through the midfield. I genuinely hope that we can get this done, bro. And also, right, like he gives confidence for like Bruno to go forward because Bruno Fernandez, I've been saying this all the time, right? Like with the central attacking midfielders in Brandon Boimo and Matthias Cunha, where's he going to play? The only position that Bruno is going to play is that other eight spot, and defensively he's not good, right? And I've got the tactical map for a frame of reference to show you guys. So let's say Bruno Fernandez is of course the number 8, and number 11 is Cunha, number 9 is Benjamin Sesko, and then number 10 is Brandon Buemo. So if Bruno pushes up, right, there's like a lot of space here that is left behind. And for me, this is what worries me the most whenever that space is left here, right? Because with Casemiro is not quick enough. Ugarte is not quick enough to make up the ground, to eat up the ground, is what people call it. And Carlos Baleba, the majority of the times, let me see if I can get that up to stats for you. The Baleba up to stats up for you as well, because it's a good frame reference to see like the heat map during the game, during the 9 minutes of the majority of games that is played. If you can see there, guys, right, like in that defensive side, like because the basically the heat map is going from left to right, so the attacking side is to the right. And if you look at the majority of like areas that Carlos Believer is covering, is practically that same area. You get what I mean? Yeah, like Bruno Fernandez can help out the back, right? Like a few times. But even when we've got the ball up here, let's say like these are our wing back. That's Dogu, that's Ahmad. The centre backs, right, have pushed up. Let's push all these guys up here. We can push my man there, and let's say a team is defending, especially like even for a freaking low block, because like United against low blocks we're terrible, right? And this is our front five, and like Bruno can be working here too, right? Carlos Belieber can be cleaning up here as well, guys. He can actually receive the ball and progress it forward real quick too. Right, shout out to the chat actually. Shout out to man like Ahmed, Valentino, bro. Valentino, do you want that link? I can shoot you a link if you want me to, bro. I can generally shoot you a link if you want me to, but I'm gonna be in for like an hour and 30 minutes. If you want me to shoot you the link, bro, again comment ahead and I'll shoot you the link. And of course, we can get this party started as well. If you do want to jump on the lives, just let me know if you 100% want the link. I will set up that the thing for you, and then I'll shoot you the link, right? But listen, with like the price in it, 112 million euros, again, roughly 96 million pounds. I think it was Roy Keane actually in today's episode of the Stick to Football podcast. He said that Louis Van Gaal, he wanted Tony Cruz. It was Ten Laden that wanted Frankie de Jong, and I think Mourinho wanted another midfielder, and they never got that midfielder. You know what I mean? Like whenever a manager's like needed like a certain player for a certain position, like the majority of times they've not got him right. And Brighton, of course, once again, like their price tag is mad. And Sir Jim Ratcliffe said that Manchester United are trying to find like the next Kylian Mbappe. You know what I mean? Like their next superstar. Like that's very rare. Like to find a talented young player, especially in midfield, for less than 60 million pounds. It's very rare. Like Liverpool, of course, have to pay 100. They paid 160 million, right, for Florian Wirtz. The only like cheap like essential attacking midfielder that I could generally think of that that's made it a change from like a fairly smaller team is Ryan Cherky to Man City, and Man City paid about 35 million pounds for him. Do you get what I mean? So when Jim Ratcliffe is saying that we need to find a Kylian Mbappe, like we have to pay that amount of money now for that sort of talent. That's what we have to do, bro. So listen, I'm all for it, fam. Like I genuinely hope that we can sign Carlos Baleba. Hopefully, right? Like the person that broke that news that Carlos Baleba has basically like well Brighton and Manchester United have come to an agreement. I genuinely hope that's actually true. We'll wait and see, because listen, like Indy Kalia has been very, very, very on point this summer transfer window. He's been very what reliable. He's been a credible source. He's been up there with your Ornsteins and your Fabrizio Romanos, bro. So for me, once again, guys, I am looking forward to it. And yeah, it just changes our midfield. It generally just changes our midfield. For me, it like gives me confidence that we can actually do something like in midfield. Like, yeah, of course, I was expecting a goalkeeper, right? And speaking of goalkeepers, like Andre Onana, by the way, he's actually been trying his best to basically have Carlos Baleba join Manchester United. It's been several players, right, that has been reported in trying to convince Carlos Baleba to join Manchester United. So it's like they've not named the players, but I think if you can I think if you can deduce who Carlos Baleba has played with and who Carlos Baleba is friends with, I think it's Brandon Buemo because he's teammates with him for Cameroon. I think it's Andre Onana, his teammates with him for Cameroon, and Lenny Yoro. People don't know that Lenny Yoro and Carlos Baleba were actually teammates at Lille. So for me, like, listen, I just hope they do. I just hope that these players can actually convince Carlos Baleba to come, right, and also too, it's looking like Carlos Baleba is going to be the only final signing that we're gonna do in this summer transfer window, because I did say that we did need a new goalkeeper, but I think that Manchester United right now are putting all their chips into this final player, which is going to be the midfielder. And listen, I don't like Onana. I think Andre Onana. Oh, what is going on? What's this guy doing, bro? What's this guy doing, fam? Bro, are you freaking 1 second, fam? I need to put you onto the thing, bro. This guy, man. This guy is coming to freaking live stream, bro. I don't know where he is. He's probably out somewhere drinking, man. He's probably out somewhere drinking, dude. He's probably out somewhere drinking, dude. Look at this guy, dude. He's probably out drinking, fam. He's probably out drinking. Let me put him in.
Show me now, bro.
Let me put you in, bro. I'll put you in, fam. He's probably out drinking. He's probably out drinking in town or something like that, bro. This criminal guy, bro.
Yes.
This criminal guy, dude. This criminal guy, fam. This criminal guy, dude. This alcoholic guy, bro. What's going on, man? What's going on, dude? What's going on, dude? What is going on? Like you.
We don't hear shit though.
Really?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, we don't hear shit, bro. We don't hear shit. Shit, man. We vibing though. Good stream, though. Good stream.
Thank you, bro. Thank you, fam.
Peace out, bro. Yeah,
See you later, bro. See you later, fam. See you later, fam. See you later, fam. Good, man. See you later, bro. I told you, bro. I told you, man. Like, all these men are alcoholics, dude. All these men are freaking alcoholics, man. I told you guys. I told you, like, he's probably out freaking partying in Belgium. But anyway, right, like, with Andre Onana, for me, once again, I'm not happy that he's staying. But if it means Andre Onana staying and we get Carlos Baleba as our central midfielder, I'm in for it. I'm 100% in for it, right? But anyway, let's move on to other massive news that have actually dropped. Well, Jadon Sancho's going to freaking Roma, bro. Good riddance, fam. Good riddance. That's my Jadon Sancho segment, bro. Good riddance on this guy, bro. But anyway, where is that Alexander Isak news? Because there was more news on Alexander Isak, by the way. There was an Isak news that dropped actually. It was like 120. It was like 120 mil. Oh no, not 129. Not 129. I think I've exited off the report. I think I exited off the report, man. All right. So I can't find the original report, right? But Liverpool will be going back in for Alexander Isak. They are going to be I'll just read this anyway. Screw it. Exclusive: Liverpool will table 120 million pound offer for Alexander Isak. IndyCar reports that tensions at Newcastle United are boiling over. Some officials and players are now ignoring Alexander Isak at the training ground. Captain Jamal Lascelles has urged the owner to consider Isak's wishes. Isak advised not to be seen alone in Newcastle city centre while Liverpool interest continues. Liverpool's latest offer: 120 million pound upfront plus add-ons could take it to 125 million. Newcastle haven't rejected, but will only accept once replacements are secured. So Liverpool are literally ramping up the temperature, man. They are ramping up the temperature. They are going all in for Alexander Isak, right? And for me, guys, listen, as a United fan, I want him going to PSG. PSG need a striker. It just baffles me why like PSG have not gone in for Alexander Isak. They've got the money. They've not signed anybody this summer transfer. No, they've signed that. They've signed two players so far. They've signed two players so far. They've signed Chevalier and Ilyas Zabani from Bournemouth, right? But they need a striker, dude. Like the way Ousmane Dembele played last night versus Spurs, it wasn't good enough. It wasn't good enough, right? And with Liverpool too, like from what I've seen from Ekitike in the Community Shield versus Crystal Palace, I was actually really impressed because he's actually linking up well with the front three, with Cody Hakpo, with Salah, even with Florian Wirtz as well. Like I wonder what Ekitike is thinking right now, or maybe like Slot has got a formation already planned. To have two strikers in Isak and Ekitike. Once again, I said it before in my Ekitike breakdown, these two guys are very similar. They're very similar players. Quick, skillful. You get what I mean? Like to take shots outside of the box. They can link up with other players too, man. Very elusive players, right? So for me, like it's absolutely crazy. It's absolutely crazy. But Isak is not playing for Newcastle ever again, bro. Alexander Isak is not playing for Newcastle ever again, bro. Like it would take a miracle for him to be playing for Newcastle because I think when he's leaving the training ground, like a police van has to follow him because they're that scared that Newcastle fans might actually try to come after him. You know what I mean? Even like there at the training ground, he's not even speaking to like his teammates. Lascelles, the club captain, Lascelles is saying that Isak should leave. He should be leaving, bro. Like just get this guy out of here, bro. That's what Jamal Lascelles literally. That's what it's coming out as right now. Like, just get him out of here. Get him out. It don't matter where. Just get him out of here, bro. And a lot of Newcastle fans complain about PSR, right? Like, if they sell it's like 125 million, bro, that's it. That like PSR for them is looking good. 125 million pounds. That is on that PS, bro. Like, listen, I know that Newcastle fans don't want to let go of Alexander Isak because of the quality of player that he is. But imagine how much player that they can bring, how many players that they can bring in, right, for 125 million pounds. I'm pretty sure Malik Chow and Jacob Ramsey, of course, have been confirmed to be here we goes for him to go to Newcastle, right? But they could actually do so much more. Yeah. They just went for a replacement for Isak. Listen, Hoyland, Newcastle. If you guys want Hoyland, bro, he's right there for you, man, dude. He can probably thrive for you guys with freaking service. You know what I mean? Like, they, it's a difficult one still. It is a difficult one. It is a difficult one, man. But listen, like and the league literally starts in what, tomorrow? The league starts tomorrow, which is again like it's mad. It's mad that Newcastle have still not got a striker, and Isak does not want to basically train with him. So this news right now, 120 mil plus a 5 million add-ons for Alexander Isak is it's looking like Newcastle might actually accept that, and I think there was a report as well that Eddie Howe is, I think it was I think it's like David. Oh, it was David something. It's not Ornstein, but it was somebody else named David. And he's basically said that um Eddie Howe is actually willing to accept that offer now from Liverpool. So let's see what happens. But guys, that's it from basically the football side, man. That is it for basically the football side. So right now it is FPL. Fantasy football is back. I am going to be joining fantasy football once again. Like I didn't want to do it this season because it has me rooting for Liverpool players. It has me rooting for Arsenal players. It has me rooting for freaking Man City players, bro. Like FPL for me, it gets really toxic sometimes. It gets really toxic. We have, if you guys actually do want to join our FPL league, just let me know. Just please let me know. If you're watching this on the VOD, let me know that if you want to join the our FPL league, I'll definitely will of course shoot you guys the link too, man. And yeah, let's see, because Farhad actually won it last time and he's crying about his prize, which I will sort out for him, right? But let's begin the annual FPL draft, and this one is for the 2025 FPL draft. And I did write some players down that I had a few ideas about. I just need to get the tab up with my absolute mammoth notebook. Right, so goalkeepers. So the way that I approach FPL guys, stat padders, goals and assists, stat padders. Which anyway in defense, midfield, attack, I always want to get stat padders. So goalkeepers, right? I'm choosing between Raya and Matt Sales. So those are my two goalkeepers. Those are the two goalkeepers that I have drafted for El Equipo del Fuego. That's my team's name, El Equipo del Fuego, the fire team. So let's search up the first goalkeeper. It is David Raya, who I am picking, and then of course Matt Sells is my other goalkeeper that I am picking, right? Because if you also look at the fixtures, like I'm picking teams that are all playing at home because I want to get a feeler for how the of course for how the season is going to be like. You get what I mean? Like I'm playing it safe for the first week. People saying, bro, you're gonna use up all your transfer money. I was like, I'm playing it safe. I'm playing it safe at the moment because I want to see how players are like. How players are like, bro. And like the of course the freaking team stars from. So Matt Sells and Raya, because I've chosen these guys because they've got a good defense in front of them. Their defense for Arsenal has not been touched. Nobody, well, except for Zinchenko, but he rarely features for them. The starting backline for Arsenal has not been changed. The Nottingham Forest backline has not been changed. Ole Aina is still there. They've still got Murillo, Milinkovic, and Nico Williams. They were all fantastic last season. I'm pretty sure these were the two goalkeepers actually with the most clean sheets last season. So I am definitely picking them. Right. And then we'll move on, yeah, to right backs. So I'm just gonna, guys, honestly, I'm picking a fullback. What? No, I'm picking one centre back, and my rest, the other four are fullbacks. I'm actually being like, I'm being a proper sweat. I am being a proper sweat this FPL season, dude. So the one of the fullbacks that I did want to choose, right? So I was stuck between Frimpong and Jed Spence. So I stuck between Jeremy Frimpong and Jed Spence because Jed Spence for me I think is going to have a mega season. I generally do think that this guy is going to have a mega season. So I think what I'll because we're a Spurs playing actually. Spurs are playing at home against Burnley. I'm going to go with Jed Spence, right? Then I'm gonna go with Gabriel from Arsenal because Gabriel last season got a lot of points for me. He scored a lot of headers last season. I'm pretty sure he scored more than 5 headers last season, bro. Like Gabriel and headers last season was an absolute cheat code. And then I am gonna pick Patrick Dorgu. Patrick Dorgu for Manchester United. Like, people are gonna be really shocked about this guy, because I think he's gonna have a good season. I am putting stocks on Patrick Dorgu to have a good season. The other fullback I'm picking, right? The other fullback that I am picking, guys, Reece James. Reece James, bro. If Reece James can stay fit, dude, the guy's an absolute baller, in my opinion, offensively and defensively. And then after, it is Munoz. Munoz from Crystal Palace. I think that is my back line at the moment right now. I don't know if I should change somebody for Jeremy Frimpong because I think that Frimpong, it gets forward a lot, and there's no Milos Kerkez as well. There's no Milos Kerkez, so I think I might change out. I think I might change out Munoz, and have Frimpong. Munoz last season was really underrated, very underrated, but I'm definitely gonna go with Jeremy Frimpong, right? In my midfield, I am gonna have Cole Palmer. 100%. I need to get my other reference up as well. 1 second, guys. My other list, the other list that I had too, because there was 2 lists actually that I had of players. Right. So Morgan Gibbs White, right? Morgan Gibbs White or Ryan Cherky. See, that's the one that I'm kind of iffy on because Ryan Cherky is playing away at Wolves while Morgan Gibbs White is playing at home against the new. I think it's against a newly promoted team. I think it's against Brentford. It's against Brentford. So I'm stuck between Morgan Gibbs White and and Ryan Cherky. I'm gonna go on Morgan Gibbs White just because again, like he's used to the Premier League, going with a little bit of Premier League experience for the time being. I'm gonna have Tijani Reinders. Reinders, guys, like Reinders in this is 5.5 million. 5.5 million for Tijani Reinders, right? Florian Wirtz, Florian Wirtz for Liverpool. And the final one, Yuri Tillemans for Aston Villa. I think that Yuri Tillemans last season was absolutely underrated once again. So that is my midfield. Once again, right, guys, like just bear in mind, it's just for the first week, just to get a feeling for how people are like. Because I'm just gonna play it safe for the first week. Play it safe for the first week. Get a good head start. Right. People who are channel regulars know that I've been harping on about Eli Junior Krupi. I think that people are sleeping on this kid. Nobody's speaking about him whatsoever. Nobody's speaking about this guy, bro. And I think that I hope he has a good season for Bournemouth, because from what I've seen from him, I really like these like last 2 years that I've known of this kid. I think he's around 18 years old too, so still young, still got time to improve. Ekitike is my other one, and then space left. I have space left, right, for a striker. Once again, a striker, and I was torn between Ollie Watkins and Joao Pedro. I like Joao Pedro. I think Joao Pedro's been on form for Chelsea. Villa are playing Newcastle at home, while Chelsea are going to be playing Crystal Palace at home at Stamford Bridge. And I'm going to go with Joao. I think I'm gonna pick Joao Pedro just because from what I've seen from him, I really like. But Ollie Watkins is another one. Ollie Watkins is another one, bro, that I would like to have. So I'm left with 4.5 million in the bank. Should I make any other changes? Or should I just leave it pledged, play it safe at the time being? Or maybe I can put Bruno in, replace Morgan Gibbs White, maybe take out Yuri Tillemans, and try like another. I've got 10 mil for another midfielder. 10 million for another midfielder. So let's see what the midfielders are there. There was Bukayo Saka. There was who else is there? Cunha, Brian Buemo, Bruno Fernandes, Semenyo, Morgan Rogers, Jacob Murphy, Morgan Gibbs White, Kevin Schade, Mitoma, Soboslai, Enzo, Bruno Guimaraes, right? And listen, man. Listen, bro. Like, this is a difficult one, man, because I want to put in like a United player, what do you call it? Like, I want to put in a United player or an Arsenal player, but once again, like them two teams are playing each other. And like midfield is where, and midfield and striker, of course, is where a lot of points are won. And I think that those guys on the left side can do something, because I don't want to take them out, because like Reinders, of course, is playing away. Maybe if I take out Reinders, that'll give me 16. You know what I mean? And I can probably have Cunha and Brandon Buemo playing there. You know what I mean? Right. Let's see, bro. I'm proper stuck on this, now. I'm stuck on this from, because Bruno Fernandes is also a proper massive stat padder, isn't it? Bruno's a massive stat padder too. What I'll do, guys, is should I keep it the same? Mo Salah is nowhere near, bro. Mo Salah is like 40 mil. You know what? Because it's hard to choose like one of the Man United like central attacking midfielders. Like who would do well? I'm gonna Chris Tillemans. I'm gonna go with Brandon Buemo, guys. I think I'm gonna pick Brandon Buemo. I think I'm gonna pick Brandon Buemo. I think that is my first. Yeah, I'll go with Brandon Buemo. Just looking at like that Arsenal team. I'm just gonna pick Brandon Buemo, right? So that is my FPL team for 2025-2026 season. That is it, man. And then of course, if there's any other things, I will have to change. But at the moment, right now, the Man United, Equipo del Fuego. Equipo del Fuego, the fire team. Let's enter that squad. Let's do. You can generate a custom. What's this about, bro? What's this about, fam? There we go. Okay. We'll move up to the top. Because it's the fire team, isn't it? It's the fire team. There we go, man. There we go. That's it, man. That's it, dude. That's it, bro. That is it. Can I? What is man trying to do, bro? Like, well, that's it. Yeah, that's it. Bro, screw Adobe Express, fam. I don't care then. If you only got to give me a logo. Okay, so that's it, guys. That is my team. Right? I'm gonna edit it actually. I'm gonna change the team around. I'm gonna play a 3-5-2. I am going to play a 3-5-2. I don't have to edit my team. Don't want to generate a badge. Nope. The RSA straight away. I'm tossed in there. Straight away, I am tossed in there. All right. Can I? Who I'm gonna remove? I'm gonna remove Eli Junior Krupi. Eli Krupi. Eli Junior Krupi. This kid is sick, man. Can I? Yeah. There we go. Put Brian Boymer in. Yeah. Substitute that. I'm gonna take out Reese. No, should I keep Gabriel in? Because I want to have João Pedro playing. João Pedro definitely needs to play. Matt Sells is coming in for Raya. Spence. Patrick Dogu. I'll leave Patrick Dogu. I'm going to take out Jed Spence. And put in João Pedro. I think that'll be it, man. Yeah, 3-5-2. Actually, no. Dogu for Frimpong. That's it. I don't know if you can move, but yeah, guys, I think that's my beginning team. Man. That is my beginning team. I really did want to have Patrick Dogu as well in there, but listen, I have to leave it. I have to leave it like that. Man. I have to leave it like that because that United team scares me. I think they might concede a goal, so I'm gonna leave it there. So that's it, man. That is it. That is my team. That is my first team for FPL. Let's see what happens. Right. I think that's it for that side. The news portion, of course, is done. And I think I might be switching over to Twitch. Actually. Yeah, I think that's it, man. Yeah, I think I might move switching over to Twitch. Oh no, Premier League predictions. Premier League. Hold on. Wait a minute, dude. Wait a minute. Premier League predictions, man. I'm literally on the website right now. Premier League predictions. view full matches. So this is it, guys. This is it. Game week 1 of the Premier League. Game week 1 of the Premier League. So Premier League football is back. We're well and truly back. You had freaking Chelsea mocking Tottenham last night because again they bought the lead versus Paris Saint-Germain in the UEFA Super Cup. You get what I mean? You've already got players throwing a strap. Football is well and truly back, and it is kicked off on Friday night by the reigning champions Liverpool, the runaway champions Liverpool, and they will be playing against Bournemouth at Anfield. 8 o'clock, of course, 8 p.m. kickoff. Played on Sky Sports for the people that live in England. Listen, Bournemouth have lost Zabani, they've lost Dean Howson. I'm pretty sure they've lost one more player too, right? Milos Kirkes to Liverpool. So Milos Kirkes will be playing against his old team at Anfield tomorrow. And defensively, I don't think that Bournemouth are going to hold up versus Liverpool. Going forward, I think they might stand a little bit of a chance. Of course, Evan Nilsson's there. They've got Django Watares, Semenyo too, Junior Krupi coming off the bench. So they've got a lot of choices going forward, right? But I think that Liverpool have too much for them. I think that Liverpool are going to win. There's 2 or 3-0 from what I'm saying here, man. I genuinely do think that, man. But move on. Villa versus Newcastle United. Another Villa Newcastle fixture in the opening game of the Premier League. What are these guys, bro? Like the Premier League, this is done on purpose. This is done. This Premier League fixture computer thing is done on purpose, bro. These guys, how many times have these guys played each other now in the start of the season? I think it was last season, the season before that. I think Newcastle beat Villa 5-0 in one of the games where it was Newcastle actually starting at home against Villa, man. And I think it was like Ferguson that said, it was Alex Ferguson that said don't sleep on Aston Villa. And Aston Villa had a really good season as well that time when they lost 5-0 to Newcastle. I think it was the time that Diaby actually signed for Aston Villa, and then he went to Al Ittihad that did the season after, right? And I think it was a 23-24 season. But these guys always play against each other, bro. And Villa at home, licking their lips. Yeah. I think Villa's going to win this one 2-1. I think Aston Villa's going to win this game 2-1. Like, Newcastle will be missing Alexander Isak. I don't think that they've got a recognized striker, so they might have to play with somebody like Elanga striker or like Anthony Gordon striker or like Joe Linton might go back to his striker roots and be a false nine because I think Callum Wilson's joined West Ham actually, so they've not got a fully recognized striker. So I do think that Villa's going to win. Actually, not even 2-1, 2-0, 2-0, dude, 2-0 to Aston Villa. Brighton and Hove Albion versus Fulham. Listen, Brighton, of course, they have lost João Pedro, and I think Pervis Estupinian has gone to AC Milan, and I think it's going to be Ferdy Caglioglu that's going to be playing at left back, or maybe De Kuiper as well, the kid that came from Belgium. While Fulham, they've still maintained like the core of their team, and I think that Reece Nelson has joined them permanently from Arsenal. Emil Smith Rowe. He's looking to have a big season. Alex Iwobi, Muniz is being targeted by somebody else, but I think that Fulham are going to try keep a hold of him. They are trying to get a Brazilian striker from Shakhtar Donetsk, and I'm seeing a 1-1 draw, guys. I'm seeing a 1-1 draw for this game. Right, Sunderland, newly promoted Sunderland, 3 p.m. kickoff versus West Ham United. Right. Sunderland, newly promoted team, made a few good signings. I think they've signed Juve, Simon Adingra, Granit Xhaka. Still, of course, maintained the old school. They still maintain the core team, the old core team that they had, and they lost Joe Bellingham to Borussia Dortmund. While West Ham still got Paqueta, they've lost Kudus, they've still got Jared Bowen. Callum Wilson signed for them. They signed another, I think it's a midfielder now. I think it's another Juve actually. I think it's going to be 2 Juves playing against each other. I think West Ham's going to win this game 2-1. West Ham's going to win this game 2-1. Next game, Tottenham Hotspur versus Burnley. And another team that's promoted. Burnley. I like saying that, man. But anyway, Tottenham Hotspur versus Burnley. I think Tottenham's going to win this game, man. Like they'll have confidence after the PSG game. Thomas Frank's a good manager. He gets teams well drilled, and again, like Spurs, the only thing what's missing for them is the creativity in the middle. Maybe Kudus might play central attacking midfield, and then they might have somebody else playing on the wing. That's only thing that they're missing is just a creative like central type midfield because James Maddison has got like an ACL injury. Kyle Walker signed for Burnley. Burnley's made a few good signings, but I think that is just gonna be too much for them. I think that Spurs are gonna beat them 3-1. 3-1 from what I'm seeing there as well. And their backline's fit too. Van der Ven's back. Wolverhampton Wanderers versus Manchester City. Wolves have lost their Sarabia. They've lost Semedo and Matheus Cunha. I think they've signed John Arias. That's the only signing that I know of. One Man City, they've signed a few big players actually. Cherky, Ryan Nori, he was going back to play against Wolverhampton, his old team. Tijani Reinders, he signed for them. Omar Mamouche, people sleep on him, but he's really good. Omar Mamouche is really good, bro. So listen, I think that Man City is just gonna go in and just do the business versus Wolverhampton Wanderers. I think it's gonna be like a 2-1 victory for Manchester City. Right, Crystal Palace versus Chelsea at Stamford Bridge, Sunday, 2 p.m. kickoff. Chelsea once again reigning Club World Cup champions. I think that these guys they're going to be cooking the season. They've actually got a recognised striker now, not that fool Nicholas Jackson. Nicholas Jackson is an absolute fool, absolute scrub. Shouldn't even be a striker for Chelsea. Like in my opinion, Joao Pedro is on form. They've got Liam Delap, Esteval's there, Pedro Neto. They've got good players, bro. They've got good players there. What Bano Gittins too in the midfield is looking good for them. Cole Palmer is looking like he's back on form. Reece James has actually had a few run of games where he's actually not gone injured too. So I'm going with the Chelsea. I'm 1-0 or 3-0. That's what I'm seeing right now from Chelsea. 1-0 or 3-0. 1-0, 3-0. I'll go with the high one because I'm just happy that the freaking Premier League is back. I'm just gonna go with a high score. Nottingham of the Forest versus Brentford. Brentford have been absolutely decimated this summer transfer window, bro. Decimated, dude. Christian Norgard gone. Freaking Brandon Buemo's gone. Thomas Frank with his coaching staff gone. You get what I mean? But they've still got a few good players. I like Kevin Schade. I think Kevin Schade is going to have a massive season, by the way, for Brentford. Because last season he scored about 11 goals. Kevin Schade last season got out 11 goals, guys. Like double digits for Brentford. You get what I mean? So people forget about him. Michael Coyote, the right back, is going to do well. Jordan Anderson, they've resigned too. He's going to bring some experience in that midfield. It's just especially just for the entire Brentford team, bro. Just experience Premier League winner too, right? So, but listen, Forest, man. Yeah, of course they've lost Elanga, but they've signed Dan Ndoye, who I think Dan Ndoye is way better than Elanga. Dan Ndoye is such a better player than freaking Elanga, bro. It's crazy to the quality that they have. And I think they've signed somebody else as well who's a really good player, by the way. Not on first. I forgot who he is, but they've signed one player where I've actually picked up as like that. That's a really good signing for them. I'm forgetting who it is, man. I'm forgetting who the signing was, bro. I'm forgetting who it was, but it should be given credit, bro. I'm looking forward to see what Northern Forest will do. Of course, they did hold Morgan Gibbs right up for ransom. They hold him. They held Morgan Gibbs up for ransom. They did, but he stayed too. They've still got Elian Anderson. They've still got freaking Ryan Yates. Like the majority of that Northern Forest team is still there, just aside from Ilanga, and they've brought in another better player. So I think that Northern Forest is gonna win this game 2-0. Man United versus Arsenal. Listen, Man United last season finishing in 15th place. My team fuming, but we've made some good signings this summer transfer window. We've brought in Sesko, we've brought in Cunha, we've brought in Brandon Buemo. I still think that we need another midfielder just to help out because we are not complete in midfield. And if we are not careful against Arsenal, especially in midfield, where Arsenal have got Declan Rice, Zubimendi, and Martin Odegaard, that midfield right there is so good. That people are sleeping on that midfield. That midfield's got legs, physicality, skill, creativity. So I'm worried about that Arsenal midfield. And then on top of that, they got a striker, bro. Oh my days. Victor freaking Gyökeres. Victor Gyökeres, bro. People will say, oh, he only scored 30 goals against the team in the lower freaking time. Bro, like, he's got players of quality around him now that can pick him out. Saka can pick him out. Odegaard. Corners, like Arsenal are really good on corners. You get what I mean? I think Madueke might be playing too. They're on the left side, or maybe it's Miss Martinelli. Martinelli always has a good game against Man United for some reason. Martinelli always plays well against Man United, bro. I don't know why that is, but he always plays well against us, right? And listen, I'm just gonna go with a 1-1 draw. I'm gonna go with a 1-1 draw. Hopefully, we can actually just get points from this game. I'm not expecting a lot from Man United once again because I just don't think that we are ready. I generally don't think that we are ready. I think that if we had like an extra 2 weeks to sort out the Baleba signing and then played Arsenal, I would have been much more confident. But it's just that midfield that worries me at the moment. That midfield, I'm terrified of it. I have nightmares of that midfield. I have nightmares of Casemiro running with cinder blocks on his leg, Ugarte drop kicking somebody, Bruno getting sent off. That midfield terrifies me, man. It terrifies me, dude, and it needs to be changed. It needs to be changed big time, and to spend that 96 million freaking pounds, man United, bro. You've got the money from freaking Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola is giving you the money now. Go spend it on Baleba, bro. I'm bringing a midfield of freaking legs, man. That's physical. So yeah, 1-1 safe draw. Leeds United versus Everton. I think this is gonna be a draw, guys. Again, I think it's gonna be another draw, man. Like these Monday night football games, like the last few years have not been like real good enough. You get what I mean? Like they've been snooze festers. They're actually been boring. So something was telling me 0-0. Something was telling me 0-0 in this game, but again, let's go with the 1-1 draw. I don't want to see like a 0-0 game in the first week of the Premier League, man. So that is it, guys. Those are my Premier League predictions for game week 1. Right, Najib, what's going on, Najib, bro? What is going on, my guy? And Najib says again he moved to Liverpool. Has he? Has he gone? Has he gone? Because that'd be a good signing for them, 35 million pounds for Mark Gay. That's brilliant for them. I think it's Mark. Yeah, I think it's Mark Gay. It's spelled like that. Not with a K, but with a C. The deal is absolutely on for yeah. They've signed Leone though. Apparently, Leone is an absolute beast. Is an absolute beast. I think it's maybe Liverpool fans gassing him up, but I'd have to check him out though because I've not seen any Palmer highlights. Okay, guys, I'm gonna be ending the stream on the YouTube side because I have to jump onto Twitch because I'm gonna be playing a few videos and they might get copyright strikes. So I'm gonna have to jump on to the Twitch side. So if you guys do want to see the other reactions that I'm gonna be doing, I'm gonna be doing a combined 11, a combined 11 for the Arsenal. I'll show you guys that. Let's jump on here. Right. Yeah. So what's that noise? One sec. One sec. Sorry, guys. I have to keep closing the door, bro. Oh, right, you're there. Because yeah, like the microphone can pick you up talking from downstairs. It's crazy. All right. Thank you, Najib. Thank you for that, bro. Thank you very much. Thank you, dude. Okay. Right. Yeah. So if you guys do want to see the reactions for the combined 11 and the debates, of course, come over to Twitch because I'm ending it on YouTube, guys, because YouTube sends copyright strikes like an MFS. So yeah, man. So YouTube, I'll catch you a lot later. Peace. All right. Okay, Twitch.